We have a responsibility. Can you articulate sort of the flow of what you think the responsibility flow is? Is it to ourselves, to our family, to our country, to our, because this is where I see a lot of people get trapped. How ought we think about that? How ought we prioritize that?
Yeah, we see this in business, right? You go, my responsibility is to my shareholders, right? And I think this is why, and it's not by no means a perfect company, and I probably disagree with him on a lot of things. But John Mackey, the founder of Whole Foods, I think did some really important work, and I've interviewed him before. But he's done some really important work in expanding the definition of what a stakeholder is or a shareholder in a business is, right? And so he decided, pretty early on that the people whose well-being he cared about wasn't just the employees and the investors and the customers of Whole Foods, because if in doing what's right for them, he's also, I don't know, sticking it to some family farm, uh, you know, uh, that's not good for the long term interests of the brand or the business either. If he is tacitly creating incentives that encourage that farm or that supplier to abuse the environment or to abuse the animal, then there's a long-term consequence to that, both directly to the business and into the world that business operates. And I
Yeah.
and his point was that you can still do this within the scope of a capitalistic society and a business that is designed to be successful and make money, right? We're not talking this sort of top down government controlled communist thing where we're trying to help everyone and we end up helping no one. But the decision to go, hey, am I going to manufacture this item in a sweatshop and get 5% more profits that way? Or am I going to manufacture it ethically and sustainably here in the United States and then decide, I don't know, to charge 5% more or to just get more efficient in my branding or my packaging and or just not make 5% more money because this isn't that, like making these decisions has a huge impact, right? And so, you know, I think what's really interesting, and I would encourage everyone to make stuff in the real world. Like I had this experience with Daily Stoic where, if I'm just an author, my job is to fill out a little thing in a Word document and send it to my publisher and then cash the checks. Or not even the checks, right? Just receive the wire transfers as they come in the other side. But when I decided to self-publish one of my books, when I decided to make some, like I have some here, like Daily Stoic makes these physical products, these sort of philosophical embodiments of the ideas we talk about. Now, all of a sudden, not at a global scale like a Walmart or a H&M or something, I'm having to decide, do I use this facility or that facility? Do I wrap everything in plastic, which might decrease the amount of items lost due to weather domains, but also flood the world with needless plastic, or you know, I'm having to make ethical decisions on a
Yeah.
day-to-day basis that are, again, not global in scale, but also suddenly not theoretical anymore, right? And so it's really easy to have opinions about, oh, hey, we should raise the minimum wage to $20, right? And on paper that sounds great. Um, but your opinion, if you've never hired someone or or run a business, that your opinion is not as based in reality as it perhaps needs to be. Now, I guess what I'm saying is it's easy to go, other people should be doing all of these things. The world should be this way. Um, it's more practical and I think has more impact to say, here's who I am and here's how I am going to do those things.